Peace, God.
Peace to the God.
How you, God?
I'm studying 120 right now. Call me back at the God hour.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right.
Guys.
So, emergency pod. Have we done one of these before? We had to have. I was trying to think back, but
We have.
I think
I
NBA
don't-
free agency one time.
Yeah, I don't think we've done one as heavy as this one feels.
yeah, no, definitely not. I feel like when COVID first started breaking out, that might have been. That's one I feel like I can remember off the top of my head. That was pretty bad. But yeah, this one, I mean, two of the craziest days in a row at MetLife Stadium. Probably the two craziest days at MetLife Stadium, and they just happen to be 2 days in a row. I don't even know, kind of where to start here. But I think we got to start with the Jets, and I think what you need to do is just get up, stop moping around at work, being a loser. Shouts to BT, by the way. That was amazing.
Oh man, yeah, that was a good rant.
I think
Amazing rant.
I think every Jets fan deserves today. Just take today and sulk and be sad. But after today, then you move forward. But I think everybody deserves at least one day.
Absolutely. And I've listened to everyone now. All the media, the media Jet fans. I've listened to a bunch of different podcasts with Jet fans. So obviously us, we've talked ad nauseum, talked to all my Jet fan friends, family, the whole thing. So I've gotten all types of different opinions, and yeah, I mean, 4 plays into the season, you can't make it up. It's really, they like to joke that the NFL's just like scripted or whatever. Everything about that game last night was like a movie. I mean, the scene at MetLife Stadium with the lights out and the fireworks, Rodgers coming out with the American flag. It's 9/11. The place is electric. I mean, maybe the loudest I've ever heard that stadium. And 4 plays in, that's it. It's over, just like that. All the hype. Boom.
Man, it doesn't feel real, right? When was Testaverde? How early in the game was that?
So
First quarter, 1999.
Yeah, was it the first?
Was it
It
the
was.
first quarter?
I thought it was the first series too, but I don't think it was because no one was saying that today. But today is the anniversary,
I think it's
24-year anniversary of it.
First
Anniversary.
quarter.
Oh,
Yeah,
But you know what though? Like they had a really good team in 1999, and the hopes were that they would be able to reach the Super Bowl. Same like this year, but this was like new addition. He's a brand new player, Hall of Famer, still got stuff left in the tank, and this was like the savior. The savior.
yeah.
And I don't know if I can remember anything like this. Like, I
No,
was trying to think.
nothing.
I don't think there's been any. Especially with the hype. Even yesterday, I don't know. I must have said it like throughout the day. I was like, this game needs to start already. It feels like I felt like I was waiting a week for this game in one day.
Yeah.
And finally, It's like 8:20, and I mean the crowd and when he came out with that American flag for 10 minutes, the Jets were on top of the world, and he was the coolest guy on the planet. He was it.
Yeah.
He was the star, and it's just I think he was nervous though. He did look nervous, and he got hit on every play.
Oh yeah.
he was holding the ball way too long. He was definitely a little,
Yeah.
showing his nerves a little bit because they had guys open. They were showing today on those plays. So I don't know if he was just trying to overdo it, because of the setting or whatever. He even says, I think, in Hard Knocks, it takes him a little bit to settle into a game, but then like after a little bit, he get like the nerves are gone. But he was definitely he was feeling it a little bit. The thing is with him, he hurt the calf in training camp, right?
Yep.
In the beginning. So, do you think like this was just going to happen eventually? Like it's been building up, kind of like it was just a matter of time before it snapped.
Yeah.
Clearly, it was weakened, right? Like, or was it just a freak?
Yes.
Way, like
yes.
would it have happened
the
to
short
anyone?
answer. Yeah, I think the short answer to that is yes. If you remember, Kevin Durant strained his calf right before he tore it. They were saying that he came back too soon, and now I think Burrow just had a strained calf, and now I'm a little worried about him.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, especially he only threw for 80 yards, so he's probably not healthy at all.
He's probably shook up. He's probably shook up after seeing this.
Yep. At least he got his money.
And it's,
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's so much pressure on the Jets, and they were on hard knocks and anything. Even if he was injured, they couldn't have. I don't think he would have sat. I think he would have just played through. So
Right.
it almost feels like it was like bound to happen.
Yeah. And I've been thinking about it. Like, did we want this to happen? If it was going to happen, inevitably, he was going to get hurt. Did we want it to happen when it did, or did we want it to happen when they're like, almost later in the season when they're rolling?
I was thinking about that too. Was it better to happen? And I wanted to ask Adam that because he had experience with the Nets, right?
Yeah.
He saw Harden, Kyrie, Durant when they were healthy. Like he was able to have those memories of them dominating.
15 games,
but
right? Or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie, he got hurt. Kyrie got hurt in that Bucks series. Harden got hurt too with his hamstring. He was at like 20%. If they're healthy, they win. So, like, would you have rather that, that never like have those memories of them doing it, knowing that you were that close to winning the championship, or, just kind of get it done with early and be like, okay, it just didn't work out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have any core memories. We don't have any core memories of Rodgers at all. Like, it's like it never happened. Zach Wilson's our quarterback. He was our quarterback last year. It's like it never happened. It was like literally like a nightmare / dream in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like not reality. It didn't happen.
Like we
He
woke
didn't
up.
complete one pass as a New York Jet. He has no stats as a New York Jet.
Yeah, no,
nothing.
You made a good point. It's like waking up from like a dream, like this like amazing dream, and you're like, oh well. We always had that dream. We always had Hard Knocks.
My brother is like probably the biggest Jets fan I know, and he even told me, he's like, when I woke up this morning, I was hoping, all right, maybe it was a dream. Turned on TV and I think it was like First Take or something was on. He's like, shit, it's not a dream.
Yeah.
Is this like, because it's so surreal, you can't believe it happened.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely, it's obviously the biggest what if of my sports life, or will be the biggest what if of my sports life, unless he somehow, recovers, comes back next year, is a starter, they plug him in, and everything's hunky dory. But I will say, if there is a silver lining, it takes the pressure off, right? It was Super Bowl or bust. Sure. It was Super Bowl or bust. Now, and I was saying this earlier, on FanDuel, they went from plus 1,800 to win the Super Bowl to plus 6,500. So the pressure is definitely off.
They're that gritty underdog now,
which I kind of like.
Teams aren't going to be getting up for them as much anymore. Those first plays of Rodgers, it seems like Buffalo was just like they were so amped up, just trying to like knock them out of the game. Honestly, one thing I didn't like: Breece Hall first play runs for 25 yards, and then you go shotgun like 4 times in a row, throwing them. What are we doing there?
I know.
Wasn't a very big fan of that, but I mean, he's brittle. It seems like it was just a matter of time before he was going to get hurt. Yeah, I don't think he was at 100%. But the question is though,
I was gonna say credit to the Jets because like essentially, I mean I'm being dramatic here. Nobody died, right? But like it's like a sports death, right? That happens. They take him in the back, and then they have to still play the game. And you know that's all they're thinking about. They're thinking about, damn, Rodgers went down, he's done, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they knew right away. I think at halftime they knew it was Achilles. Like the Achilles is the fastest. It's an injury where you can tell right away because it's a matter of can you lift your toes or can you stand on your toes or not. And if you can't do it, like it's torn. Like that's what it is. There's no like spraining your Achilles. It's either torn or it's not. So they knew. And they went out and they balled. They played. You know, they wanted to win it for him. Damn, that's like really impressive. Even the coach. I don't know how Salah coached the rest of the game. Like, incredible.
So Salah, he really impressed me. I think he earned because Paul and I, you know, I was just saying this a week ago, or we both were saying this a week ago, right? The biggest weakness on this team is the coaching, and yeah, it still remains to be seen. But I'll say this, man, they play for Salah. This guy. Yeah. I mean, I thought for sure they're fucked. They're gonna lose this game. They're gonna get blown out, embarrassed. I've seen this movie before, but they kept it together and they pulled it off. And not only did they pull it off, have you ever seen the Jets win in that dramatic of fashion in your life?
I think Chad Morton had a kickoff return to win a game in Buffalo.
Yeah, long time. Wow.
God,
I think that was the clinch of playoffs for too. That was a while ago.
That's
that was
like 20
overtime.
years. That's like over 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was an overtime too.
Chad Morton. I'm trying to think what year that was.
Yeah, little jacked kick returner.
Yeah. Wow.
Early 2000s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. And Xavier Gibson, I mean, one of the darlings of Hard Knocks. So that was just incredible. And I don't want to hear about the tripping call. By the way, who was that guy that chimed in and was like, put an asterisk next to it? What the fuck was that?
That was like an old ref. Like, can we talk about, first of all, Zach Wilson getting annihilated twice by Milano?
Yep.
Helmet to helmet. No personal foul call. Allen, was he across the line? It sure looked like it to me.
The
on that
back
touchdown
foot
pass.
they said
Maybe
they said was on the line, which counts. But dude, I've seen pictures now. I mean, come on, that's like a 50-50 call. Yeah.
I saw a ton of holding on Buffalo's O-line. It's because the Jets were beating them every single time.
Yeah. So
I guess they assume, we can't call holding every single time, but they didn't get any holding calls at all, like the whole game, which I thought was really strange. No penalties for the Jets, really. I don't remember one on defense.
Offense, it was. I think Becton actually Becton played a great game, but he did have a couple penalties. He definitely had one holding.
Yeah, one was the holding. One was like ineligible without field because like it was a busted play.
Oh yeah,
but he looked really good and he made it through the game. Him and Tucker were just clearing out dudes on the right side of the line.
Yeah.
The one thing about coaching that I was a little annoyed with is when they were down near the end zone at the end of the game when they had the first down. Remember, like they got the completion to Wilson. I think it was inside the 10, right?
Yeah.
Or like right there. Or maybe it was around the 15 or 20.
You mean to Garrett? He threw the pass to Garrett Wilson when Garrett had to get on the ground?
Before first down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was, I don't know, like a little over 2 minutes left. Buffalo still had 2 timeouts and it was first down. I was begging for them to do a play action like rollout. They just ran it like 3 times up the middle and like basically got like 2 yards. Buffalo had so much time to do work. I really think if they did a play action, go for the gut. Like you have nothing to lose there. Go for it. Do a little, throw the ball there. That was the one thing. I don't want them to completely go into the shell with Wilson. You're gonna have to take deep shots and kind of.
And he's got an arm.
He does, yeah.
It's one of his strengths. Let him fucking sling it downfield. Jesus. Yeah, you're right.
And he's good on the play action when he's like doing a bootleg. They don't do that with him, and I don't understand it.
I think they were,
towards the end of the game, I wasn't happy with the clock management, but I was just like, chalk that up to I don't know if Salah's really like the top half of the league in coaching, but
right.
I give him credit for sticking it through.
Yeah, and back to the tripping call. If they did call that, What's like? Where do they place the ball? Is it at where the tripping was, or
it'd be like 1st and 10 from
right? They
like,
just kick the field goal and win it anyway. Yeah,
at the 30, it would have been around like the 30 or 25.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah, so it's ho hum.
But
Yeah,
like you can go back and forth with all that like during the game. Like okay, they missed that, so that happens all the time. They shouldn't have punted to him right down the middle of the field with a line drive. That's on Buffalo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought for sure it was over after the field goal to doink it in. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like,
yeah, that was debilitating. So many ups and downs. I mean, such a roller coaster of a night. It was just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah, Breece Hall, that guy is unbelievable. Garrett Wilson, that catch. I mean, are you kidding me? Was that like a top 5 catch you've ever seen?
Yeah, so throw it to him all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they just don't target him every single time.
Yeah, he's unreal. I mean, even Buck was like, this kid's amazing or something like that. They couldn't believe it. But obviously the $1 million... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the catch was amazing. The throw was bad.
Yeah,
the
of
catch
course.
was amazing.
And even Zach admitted it. He admitted it in the post-game presser. He's like, it was a bad throw. So he's honest.
Yeah, but the catch was amazing.
Yeah. But
So what's the question?
So the $1 million question, obviously, is everyone's talking about, and honestly, I'm seeing it. I don't know about 50-50. Maybe it's like 60-40. 60% of Jet fans are like, all right, who's the quarterback? Who are we going out and getting? But I think there's a good contingent of Jet fans, including me, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm rolling with Zach. Like I couldn't stand him last year. I couldn't stand him the year before. But he won the game. That's it. He won the game. He looked good last year before Breece got hurt. Or not good, but like decent. You know what I mean? Average. Playable. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's got Cook. Better O-line. The defense is only better. More receiver. Lazard. He threw it to Lazard a few times. What am I missing? Oh, Aaron Rodgers in his ear as a mentor and coach and like brother figure. Because they're like really tight. I mean, they're saying "I love you" to each other. Like it's that, you know what I mean? So let's go. Let's roll with him. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's it.
I don't think you have a better option. Like I've heard every option. I haven't heard one that's better.
Yeah,
because, like,
that's
I
the
think,
thing. Who are you gonna get? There's no training camp.
Saleh,
there's none of that.
Right, and Saleh said it best. Like this isn't Madden, right? You can't just take another quarterback and put him on a team. Like there is something to be said about learning the playbook, having the chemistry with your teammates, knowing the offense, and you just can't take somebody and drop them in there and play. So I agree. Zach Wilson's probably your best bet, but they're gonna have to coach him in a certain way, right? And it's like, all right, when Tom Brady went to Tampa, and he was basically a statue, right? Yeah. And he did have a good offensive line, but they got the ball out of his hands so fast. And I think that's what you have to do, right? It's going to have to be a lot of screens and checkdowns and just getting the ball out of his hands as quick as possible and run the damn ball. Just run the ball.
Just run, yeah. Run it.
Run it down their throats. Don't make bad decisions. I mean, the pick yesterday, I mean, he took a bad sack. But like other than that, I mean, the pick was awful. I mean, he threw it right at Milano. I don't know what he was thinking, but that was it, really.
Also,
yesterday,
I don't. No, yeah, it happens today. I'm gonna say this: like, I don't put a lot into it that he had a bad game yesterday because he didn't know he was gonna be put in that situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And his very close friend just again like carted off the field. Right, that has to have he's a human being, has to have an effect on you. So, yes, now like you have time to plan and prepare and put together a game plan. So I don't put even if he had a bad game yesterday, it doesn't kind of throw that one out.
Yeah, and
look at Josh Allen, freaking 4 turnovers.
Oh, he was awful.
He doesn't get enough heat from the media lately. This guy, I don't know. He's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it. He's going to get it now.
He was so shook.
He's going to get hurt, too.
Yeah.
He's going to get hurt. Like, that one time, he tried to jump over 5 dudes in the middle of the field. Like,
he jumped, right into him. It was like, what are you doing? And
he
even
takes some big hits, and you could see his face during the game when they're like had the camera on him before the snap. He looks
shook.
scared.
Oh, he was so shook. I mean, that place was rocking. And he even said it before the game. He's like, Jets have a really good defense. And, like, you knew he would, like, just you could hear it in his voice. He was like...
It's in his head. It's in his head, too. Like, the Jets are very good, don't get me wrong, but, like, I think they have him spooked for sure.
Big time. And, he was making some real bad mistakes. It definitely...
Ever since...
Yeah. Daboll.
Ever since he's lost Daboll, ever since Daboll left, he's turned into a turnover machine. I don't know what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
They had no big plays either. None.
None.
Diggs had a couple like 15 to 20 yards, but like you live with that all day. That's fine.
Yeah,
the tight ends didn't really do anything. Davis had, I remember, like maybe one catch. Like nothing.
One catch. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, Sauce, he didn't have the best game, but he also didn't like give up any big plays. I mean, he gave up. He had that one missed tackle that on Diggs that got first down, and then I think he gave up a few catches, but no big plays. He forced that push off on Diggs in the second half. Actually, I think in the second half he played great. It was just the first half, a few different things.
Yeah.
But Whitehead, oh my God, 3 picks. What the fuck?
You got $250,000 from that.
Yeah, with the incentive.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, any of us in our jobs, like, having that incentive, getting it in one day?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And he wasn't good last year. He had a rough year last year, but Salah said he was great over the summer. So, and Tony Adams.
Yeah, that's Schrager's guy.
You didn't hear his name last night. You didn't hear his name really. That's because he was locking down tight ends in the middle of the field. And Quincy Williams.
Amazing.
I mean, unreal.
Both
all
Williams.
Over the field.
Both Williams. The Williams brothers were dominant last night. Amazing. I mean, the whole defense.
Yep.
Jermaine Johnson didn't get enough credit. I thought he was a force. Didn't he have a sack?
Yeah, he had a sack. Clemens, Myers was beast. Jefferson and...
Oh, yeah, they couldn't... Myers was, like, beasting people, yeah.
They're going to be in every game. The one thing I'll say about Rodgers, though, that feels weird, I feel like ever since Wilson was benched after that Patriot game, right, and Mike White, he had his, 2-game run.
Yeah.
And then we kind of realized, all right, he's not the guy after he got hurt. Like,
Fragile.
They're not going to keep him.
Yeah.
The chatters start to talk about, all right, who are the options? Like, what about Green Bay? And if they do this, watching that contract situation, that was always a possibility, I feel like, that we thought about, right? So it's been in the works for 9 months. So it's so weird. You feel like he's been on the team for so long.
I know.
And then I think seeing him on TV and all the Jets social media, the Hard Knocks, you kind of feel like, oh wow, kind of him kind of, right?
Yeah.
It's a different feeling when you see it on Hard Knocks and behind the scenes, and then to see it on TV last night, it was just it sucked, but it's all right. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people still this year.
Yeah, you get the sense, to piggyback off that, you get the sense that the impact has already been made. This team, they love each other, genuinely love each other and play together, and I feel like Rodgers is a big part of that. And it sucks. Yeah. It sucks to not be able to see him play. For all we know, he could have been really washed and just sucked this year. I mean, I doubt that. I mean, he's one of the greatest ever. I doubt he would have declined that much. But the emotional impact has already been made, which is great. And back to Zach, throwing him into that, 80,000 plus people. Actually, it was the biggest crowd in MetLife history, bigger than the Super Bowl. I think it was 83 and change. Most viewed Monday night game of all time. And for him to go in there and be so poised, I think Dalvin Cook said it in the post game, yeah, Zach, he was great, man. He was so confident in the huddle and poised, and that impresses me crazy because everything he's been through, booed off the field. The whole thing last year where he didn't take accountability and the media was trashing the hell out of him. People call him a pretty boy. They say he sucks. I mean, who knows all the behind-the-scenes shit that we don't even see that he gets on the streets.
There's a lot. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And for him to just go out there, all the pressure in the world, and win the game. I'm riding with him. I'm riding with him until, otherwise. But
Well, it's in
Let's
his
see.
hands now, and he's got every asset to his advantage right now. Great defense, weapons. You know, they're not going to ask him to do much, so he can write his own story here. The one thing I'm like, what do you think happens in the future? Say he's like mediocre, whatever. They finish like 7-10. Obviously, they're not going to continue with Wilson. Do you want Rodgers to like announce like soon, like no, like I'm not done. I'm coming back next year. Like, what do you want? Do you want a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, or do you want them to draft a guy or like get like a Stafford or Cousins or something like that?
Yeah.
In the future?
I mean, I think definitely, especially if they go 7-10, do whatever you can to get, Deion's son, or one. There's so many quarterbacks in this draft, and if Rodgers announces he's coming back, I mean, listen, he's one of the greatest of all time. So if Brady can do it till he's 45, why can't Rodgers do it till he's 40? You know what I mean? So
right.
At the end of the day, it's going to be up to him, but it's too early to tell.
I just think that, that's the thing. It's too early to tell, and I think it's going to take him a very long time to decide. So you kind of put the Jets in a box a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder.
I hope. I don't know. Like he doesn't. I don't think he knows right now. He's probably like, man, like it's a grueling rehab to get back, and then it's like, all right, like you're gonna, I'm back in time. I'm a 40-year-old dude coming off an Achilles injury. Like, do I really want to do this? But then again, I'm like, I can't see him ending his career like that.
I can't. I know. I can't. He's not gonna. He can't go out like that. He's such a competitor. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's just. I think Juice. I think he's going from the car to his place. So we'll get him back in a little bit. But when we first got on the Zoom here, he was saying how he's in Montclair and right near Rodgers' house. Like he just bought this like insane mansion. Like what's he gonna do? Like I mean, he can always just sell it. I mean, it's not a big deal. But like, he's established here. He loves it. Like he's just gonna be a one and done. Like that's it. Retire. I just don't see it. So
I'm back.
Oh, there he is. He's back. No, Juice. I was just talking about how you were.
No,
I was. Just
I was at a dinner just now. I just walked into my house, and it was like there was about 15 high-powered people within our hospital or our network, and even they were talking about Aaron Rodgers. Like he was like in the beginning of the dinner, like they were talking about him and pointing out that he lives there, and I don't know if the Jets are going to be 7-10. I'm optimistic. I think the AFC is wide open, right?
Looks it.
You just beat the Bills, who are a lot of people including me. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. You just beat them with Zach Wilson playing the entire game.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a good game. So you got them, and then New England is, not what they used to be. And we'll see how healthy Tua can stay, right? Because
he's a ticking time bomb as well.
100%.
Everybody is in this league. So
right. So why not?
It could happen.
Yeah, why not win? If you win the AFC East, you can still be a 3 seed or a 4 seed. You can host somebody in the playoffs. So I don't know. They have a championship caliber defense. And I was thinking about it. I forgot what you guys would know the player. So who was the player on the Jets that's compared, and he got shit for it too, but he compared the Jets defense to like the 85 Bears.
DJ Reed, yeah.
DJ Reed.
Right. So listen, the 85 Bears, their quarterback was Jim McMahon, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like if you're really that good and you really believe it, and I think they do, and all of those legendary defenses like the Legion of Boom and the 85 Bears, they were cocky. They were confident. The freaking 85 Bears shot a music video before they even went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's how cocky they were, right? So, listen, if the defense can really play at that level and you can rush the shit out of the ball, you really only need Zach Wilson to game manage or be
average.
Mark Sanchez.
Just be average.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah.
Just be average. That's it. Don't make mistakes. And that's all we were saying before we even got Rodgers. We're like, all we need is an average quarterback, and this team's like a playoff team. So that's it.
Even look at like the perfect example is like, okay, they played Dallas this week, who Dallas kicked the shit out of the Giants. But if you look at the Giants game, right, they won 40-0. But Dak threw for what, like a $175 or a $145. He didn't do anything. It's not like the offense was amazing.
Right.
It was like the Giants' mistakes, right? So they play the Jets. That defense should give Dallas problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially Dak, he's a turnover machine. So it's like, which offense is going to come in and, you know, really dominate that defense? I don't know. Like, it may happen, right? It's a long season, but the Jets will also run on anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's like the one thing that I'm going to be thinking about during the year is the what if aspect. So if they win like 10 games with Zach Wilson, I'll be like, shit, like, how many would they have won with Rodgers if they had just
I thought that last
top
night.
15 offense? Yeah.
Would they have won 40-0 like on the Bills? Because
I know.
the guy threw 4 picks. He threw 4 picks.
I know. It's the what if factor. But I'm trying to be optimistic and not think about it. You know, it's.
I just want them playing with like leads. If that defense plays with a lead, forget about it.
That's
the key.
Well, and can we talk about this David Zaslav or this guy who tweeted at 6 p.m. last night that Rodgers is going to tear his Achilles on the turf, a wet turf at MetLife?
All right, for that one guy that says that, there's probably a bunch of other tweets saying that he's going to tear his ACL or he's going to break his thumb.
Right.
Or rip his
But what's
shoulder
weird
off.
about it is he was suspended. Not that he deleted his account; he's suspended. What the fuck's that about? That's weird.
He probably
He could have done a
shit.
reply. He probably for his safety. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe people were saying stuff like vulgar to him, and I don't know how that works.
Bizarre.
Elon,
You know what? You know what's also optimistic too. Okay, so it happened so early. Rodgers gonna have 13 months to heal, right? So first couple of weeks he has the surgery, he's not walking. Then you start the rehab. It's really on Rodgers of if he wants to go through this and play anymore. And if he does, which I think he will, like he'll be back next season. He's back.
Well, I think you were going up to your place when I mentioned. I was telling like, what do you want? Do you want him to like say right away, like, I'm coming back, I have unfinished business here? But if you're the Jets, like, what about like getting another guy like Stafford or Cousins? Do you want a 40-year-old guy coming off an Achilles? Like, do you want to be held hostage by him? Like, how do you play that? Because do you tell Aaron Rodgers no? They're not going to tell him no. There's no way. If he wants to come back, he'll come back, right? I don't think they would have the balls to be like, you know what, Aaron? Nah, we're good.
So here's the thing, too. If you take one of those guys, you got to inherit the dollars, and then it's gonna be expensive because they know you're desperate. So you're gonna pay premium and premium means like first round picks, second round pick, third round picks. Like, I don't think they would do that. He's gonna be back. Listen, it's on his left foot, right? He's not like Kevin Durant where he has to play defense and run up and down and slam dunk the ball. Like, it's not like that, right?
Yeah.
I think Pat McAfee said it the best. Was it Pat McAfee? He said, listen, him coming off of Achilles tear at 40, if he's 40 or 41 years old, is still faster and more mobile than Tom Brady was at 45 or 44 or 43.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when he hikes the ball, he's planning on his right foot, not his left. And he's just got to throw the ball. He's never going to be the 15-1 Aaron Rodgers, those Packers years, right? But he can be still average, right? And average last year got you into the playoffs.
Yeah. So it's too early, I think, to talk about, obviously, next season. I want to know, like, this season. Obviously, if they're rolling with Zach and Salah already said they are, who is the backup that they're bringing in? Is it Jacoby Brissett?
I think they were talking about Chad Henne or something like that, because I guess Hackett's system is very difficult to learn. Like, it's really like intricate. So they kind of want to have someone that has that experience and then like be comfortable to put that guy in if Zach got hurt, but not to have him as such like a threat. You know what I mean? Like they kind of want him to be good, but not like so good that
Yeah, no, I get
the
it.
Fans will be clamoring for that. So like
Right.
Chad Henne would kind of fit that mold.
Colt
Brissett,
McCoy.
I like
Brissett.
Colt McCoy. Yeah, they're going to get a guy like that for sure.
Like
I'm done with
Jameis.
Flacco. He
Jameis
pissed me off last year.
Yeah, no Flacco.
He looked like he didn't want to be in the game. That Buffalo, like he looked like he did not give two shits. So I'm good with him.
And no Jameis. You don't want someone like, I don't want to say that controversial, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
He has a name. He
Yeah.
has a name. So people will be clamoring for him, like, oh, he's got more talent. Put him in.
Yeah.
And,
You don't want
and
that.
those teams, a lot of the teams, like you'll probably get like Colt McCoy's fine. You just need Colt McCoy to be a backup because Zach Wilson's your
Right.
guy. So you just need a backup. Now the thing is with like Winston and a lot of these other teams that are already like guys that are on other teams. Now they're worried. They're a little spooked by Rodgers, so they want to make sure that they have like an insurance policy for their guy if he goes down. So you're not gonna want to pay, like second or third round prices for backup quarterbacks. It's like
Right. The good thing with the Jets, like that gives me hope. Their core is still so young.
Yep.
And they have them under control for 2, 3, 4 years. So it's not like this is it. It's not like a veteran.
Let me ask you this:
team where
What's
they're all on 1-year deals or whatever.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing? What's the worst thing that could happen this year?
This year, if
Yes.
like Garrett Wilson, Gardner, Hall get hurt, Tucker again, like if the young guys get hurt
Okay.
for a long time.
No. Anybody getting hurt is horrible. I'm not talking about getting hurt, but like, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, say that Zach Wilson is an epic failure. He can't do anything.
Yeah, like
right?
he's just terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just terrible. And then they got to bring in like Colt McCoy in, and he can't do anything. And they're just losing tons of games, right?
Mhm.
Now, you're say you have a top 10 pick or whatever it is, you can draft a quarterback because the quarterback class next year is awesome.
Amazing. Yeah.
Well, then I think,
And then
the
you have Rodgers
worst
coming.
thing. I think the worst thing would be an up and down Zach Wilson where he shows those glimpses, so you get kind of excited, but they finish 7-10 because he had some games where, like he played at New England this past year. So it's like you see it. Yeah, I just don't want to be stuck in the middle. They win like 7 or 8 games. He's like kind of good, but then has like a couple of shitty games, so they're not like sure what to do with him. It's tough. I don't know, man. It's going to be. I don't think he's going to be the quarterback next year. I honestly don't. I hope he is. I hope he just like kills it.
Yeah.
They win 11, 12 games. Like that's like the hope. That's the ultimate thing. They drafted him.
Another good thing is there's not going to be too much speculation about the coaching staff, right? Salah's not going to get fired for anything.
No, he seems so indebted there. You know what I mean? Like the Tony Soprano and Hard Knocks. Like, yeah, I mean, he's.
But also, no, like this is not what was supposed to happen. Like he's supposed to be coaching Aaron Rodgers,
Right.
And defense, so when he goes down, your expectations are not the same. So he's not going to get fired. Unless they go 0-16 or something,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Complete collapse.
Yeah,
and that won't happen.
Yeah.
No.
So,
And I love Douglas. Don't get me wrong; they should absolutely not ever even think about getting rid of him. But he could have done better with the left tackle spot for Dwayne Brown. The guy's like 39 years old, didn't practice at all off season.
Right.
I was thinking about that. They got a little unlucky in the draft.
They did, but he should have been more aggressive to try to trade future stuff for a proven vet. I think.
Yeah. Well,
they could have done better. They could do better than him for sure.
Yeah, remains to be seen. But yeah, that would be the sweetest thing ever. And I'm talking even sweeter than if Rodgers doesn't get hurt and they win. If Zach Wilson he starts to get it and it clicks. And he leads his team to, you guys are predicting. I said 10 wins, but you guys are saying 11 wins, 12 wins, whatever. They win the division. Even if they don't go to the Super Bowl, they go to the playoffs and the whole thing. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Because then that pick feels just... Because that's Douglas's biggest miss ever, right? Was drafting him so far. But if somehow all he needed was Aaron Rodgers to mentor him and a few other things, and he starts to get it. Again, he really impressed me last night. He did. Him and Salah both, who were the two biggest weaknesses on the team, in my opinion, both really impressed me last night. That was the best part about the game.
And the game plan was for Rodgers. It wasn't for Zach.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
As
they
an
had to
outsider,
flip everything.
like as someone outside of the fandom, the Jets fandom, looking into, like, I think I explained this before too. Only one team wins the Super Bowl, right? You wanna make the playoffs. You wanna have a really good season. I know every Jets fan, and like you both, and then when Peanut was on, you pick them to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, right? That's what you want. But really, I think like that's the only thing that's measured as success, and that's not true, right? So the Jets haven't made the playoffs in 13 years. It's the longest drought in sports. If Rodgers made the playoffs with the team, but say they lost to, I don't know, Steelers or Ravens or whoever, it would have been, yes, you would have been disappointed that you lost in the playoffs, but part of that is getting in and winning a game or hosting a play. All of those things, it means something. So if they're able to do it this year, the season's not a failure. I'm telling you, they haven't been in the playoffs in 13 years.
Oh, no, I know.
So get to the playoffs. I think that's huge. If this team goes to the playoffs, huge.
But you know there's going to be, and low key we might be thinking it too, but there's going to be a large contingent of Jet fans who are going to be like, you know, if they make the playoffs and get knocked out first, second round, whatever. Oh, if Rodgers was quarterback, we could be going to the Super Bowl. Like that's always going to be the what if. So
but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think that's why the football bounces weird. You know what I mean? Like I've watched 9-7 teams go and win the Super Bowl when they're the worst team in the playoff, like my team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The crazy things happen. It's not. That's why everyone, like Adam loves saying this. Adam loves saying that Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback he's ever laid eyes on, and the over/under for him is like 5 Super Bowls, 6 Super Bowls. He's going to break every. I don't see it. I don't know if he wins another one. He is very good, but it's very hard to win a Super Bowl.
So hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
You never know. And that's what makes Brady so great, obviously. And, can we just end the Brady, the Photoshops were going around, Brady in the Jets uniform. I didn't realize this. I knew he had ties to the Raiders. I didn't realize he was like part owner.
Yeah, he's not going to have. He has to give up his ownership.
Yeah.
Like, he looked washed last year.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
He could play basketball. You saw the Brickley clips, right? Nice form.
You know what I want though? I want Rodgers to come out and have like it might be a little bit, but to like hold a press conference.
Yeah,
when's rally the guys?
I'm glad you brought that up. When is he? Yeah, when's he first going to speak? When do you think?
I think it's up to him. He's not required to.
But I'm just curious. Yeah, is it going to be a week?
I hope he does, but.
As devastated as every Jets fan is, nobody's probably more devastated than he is.
Oh, then he is.
And he has to go through surgery and rehab, and
yeah, it's brutal.
I honestly don't feel like, obviously I feel bad for the fans, but like I feel way more for him directly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and also Woody Johnson a little bit.
Yeah,
he's like this super rich owner, but like he's been dreaming of this his whole entire. Since he started, and you could tell when they panned the camera to him, he was just like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like what?
Yeah. All you could do is
he's been hyping it up, and like he was so
happy.
happy. He's like, "This is my quarterback." Like he was so happy to have him there, and then it's just like, gone.
He loves it. And Rodgers loves it here, right?
Yeah.
So the best scenario also is. He's motivated to come back because he doesn't want to go out that way. He wants to come back, and he's falls back because he was about to retire. Like he didn't want to. He like lost his passion for the game, but now he seemed to regain it. The best thing is hopefully have him on the sideline. He's in the training facility, like when he's ready after a couple of weeks, and he's on the sideline. He's helping coach because he is the alpha male. I don't think it's Salah. I think it's Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's both.
Yeah, and you need Rodgers. Like he should be a Jet. You know what I mean? Like he should be at the end of this. He should just be like either coaching with the team or like a consultant or something. He should just be in New York. I know most of his career in the Super Bowl and everything is Green Bay, and he is Green Bay. But, like, this part of his career should be with the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I would love that.
Yeah, I think I said this. I don't know if I said this on one of the pods, but I was definitely thinking it, obviously. When they were showing him in Hard Knocks, or not even in Hard Knocks, just in some of the preseason games, him on the sideline, like, coaching, I'm like, wow, I've never seen this side of him. Like, maybe coaching is his post-playing career move. Maybe that's what he wants to do. And we're going to be able to see that. When do you think he's going to be able to, like, be on this? Like, obviously for the Cowboys game, he's probably not going to be there, right?
I think you have to wait. No, you have to wait a couple weeks.
Okay.
So once he has
surgery, and then he'll be off the feet for a little bit. But then after that, he's going to be rehabbing there. He's going to be at the facility.
So, like, the Chiefs Sunday night game, Week 4, Chiefs, like, will he be on the sideline then?
Tell him.
Giant game.
Tone, listen to this. He has to have the surgery, and he won't be able to walk for weeks.
Yeah, he's going to be on his ass.
Right.
So and then by the time he's like moving around, it's gonna be second half of the season.
Achilles is
it's the worst.
It's like depressing because you're not moving, so that's depressing in itself, right? So you're just sitting on your ass. It's like
Bart Scott was saying it. He's like, it's a lonely place. And then Alan Holland's like, what do you mean lonely? Like, he'll be with the team. Like, we want him here. He's like, no, you're not understanding. The rehab alone is just you and that PT working on this grueling injury, and you're in a dark place. You're like, it's tough. It's hard. And that's what he's got to decide if he wants to do that and go through that to come back. And I think he will, but it's not easy.
And the thing is, he's got to do it regardless, just for life, right?
Yeah.
You have to. It's not going to, obviously, if he's not playing football, it's not going to be nearly as intense.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. It's I don't know, man.
I know somebody that tore their Achilles, and they're like, after 7 months, they're shooting around in their driveway, and like, you're able to do stuff. But high level, professional level sports, it's gonna take a while. He's gonna have to go intense therapy, physical therapy, and rehab. And
well, he's definitely got experience, obviously, being in the dark, right? Like, he's got experience kind of discovering himself, and like, I feel like he's built his mind to endure something like this, maybe. Because this is obviously probably this will be the lowest point of his career. It's so crazy, right? Because it seemed like such a high point mentally for him, and now it's going to be the lowest point mentally. That's wild.
Well,
to go from that to that. My God.
He was so happy. Like,
so happy
from as a human. Like,
yeah.
He was legit, like, so happy. And you saw the interview with McEnroe before the game?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. No.
It was good. Josh, you saw it,
It was
right?
really good. It was really good. And
McEnroe was like, hey, like, I'm a suffering Jets fan. Like, we're negative at heart. And Rodgers like, nah, man. He's like, you got to put the good stuff into the universe. And he was so positive. He's like, why not win a Super Bowl? Of course I'm going to say that. Like, this is what we're here for. Like, what the hell are we doing? He was just so, like, positive. And then this shit happens. I'm like, oh no. You know,
unreal.
It's kind of like Jets fans always like to say that they're cursed, and I'm like, no, man, like, you control it. You can control it, and a lot of these things. And he was basically saying that as soon as we start winning, you change it. You have the power to change it, right? It's not going to be same old Jets anymore. Everyone's going to stop saying that shit because we're winning now. So, and I agree with that. That's like, Rodgers was right.
I know, until he popped his Achilles on the fourth play.
Yeah, fourth. Yeah.
And you know what? He didn't look good the plays before. Like, he was getting rushed and running around.
I know.
Like, oh boy,
he looked like, I was like, what is he? Throw the ball, dude. He looked like Zach.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. I was like, oh, this isn't a good start. And then that happened. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make, like, it was just like the world, like, stopped. Like, it was like, wait, what? Oh my God. It's
so I hope they make it to the playoffs. He's around the team on the sideline, and he realizes, like, this team's not, like, these guys aren't leaving anywhere, so they'll be here next year. And he's, like, super motivated to, like, I can take him over the hump. He comes back, and
but what if I mean, it's a big if, but this is our hope, is that Zach gets it starts to click, and he crushes it, and he's like cements himself as a franchise quarterback. Then what do you do?
If Rodgers
That's a good
comes
problem
back,
to have
dude,
down the road.
it's a good, I'll take
Great
that. That's a
problem.
great problem to have. Like, do you tell Rodgers no? I don't think they would.
I think Rodgers is smart enough to be like, you know what? I trust Zach. Let me be the backup. He's earned it. I'm happy to help. I think he's genuinely like that.
He wouldn't come back to be the backup, though.
I think that's a far-fetched hypothetical too, because I don't think Zach Wilson's good.
Well, no, of course not. But like, you know, we're
That's
hopeful
it's
here.
fun.
He's got the ability. I think. I don't know.
It'll sort itself out.
I
just hope that
wish-
he talks in like the next week or two.
Yeah, I want to hear
That's
him say something. Obviously, he needs time, but yeah.
I wish they had Sam Darnold still. That would have been like a good.
Well,
I don't know, because I
know.
Well, yeah, there were people speculating on X today about that. I'm like, what? He just got to San Fran. What do you mean? They're gonna trade and he's gonna head back east? That doesn't make sense.
They're not gonna trade him. They're gonna keep him as the backup.
Right. Yeah.
They'll keep him as the backup.
That wouldn't make sense. But yeah, so
you want to move to the G-men? What do you think?
Well, I was about to transition there because, you know, the Jets head to Dallas this Sunday. 4:25, another national game, national stage. It's gonna, you know, two of the best defenses in the league, and the Cowboys defense. I mean, they laid the smackdown. Probably the biggest bloodbath I've ever seen in a football game, NFL game. Right? I mean, have you seen anything worse than that? What we saw Sunday night at MetLife, also at MetLife.
Probably the Pats have done it to the Jets a few times.
Well, yeah, I mean the butt fumble, the ghost games, but like those games, I think the Jets actually scored points. Like this was pretty bad. Juice, I mean,
So,
you're the
I'll
Giant
say
fan.
this, I read it.
And also those games, like the Pats were always favored, right? They were expected to win. They were the better team.
Right.
The Giants, like, you thought they would win. Like, I never really thought that with the Jet games ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but I don't put too much into that game. If it compiles, if they start losing other games, then yes. But it was kind of a freak thing, right? So they come out opening drive and they do really well. Then Andrew Thomas false start when they're within the 10-yard line, sets them back, and then weird things start happening, right? You have the block kick returned, you have an interception, a fumble. Like, it was raining out. It was just everything went wrong.
It snowballed. It was
Yeah.
What's,
I think if that bad snap doesn't happen, the Giants go down to score. It's a completely different game. The Giants probably win. You know what I mean? It's all momentum.
but
Yeah.
Momentum.
But what's shocking is Daboll, you know, Daboll. I still can't. I'll never get it right. I love him though. I really like. I think he's a great coach. I think he's the guy. It's like, how did he not have them prepared for this? It's just like bizarre.
He definitely had a bad game. The coaching staff had a bad game, and the players had a bad game. But I'll say, like, it's one game. Yes, it's a division rival. That's why I don't like playing these big division rival games week one. I think it's stupid.
It's stupid. I think I hate that. They should keep. You're right. Like,
really
they
dumb.
should have all division teams play like after week 8 or something. Stagger it like at the end. I think you're right. They're not. The quality of football is not good.
You do like that? Because I was just complaining, I think just today to some other people. I like.
Don't like it.
Don't.
Well,
don't like it.
But I don't like when it's like, you know, you play your division rival like week 15 and week 17. Like, I don't know. You like that?
No,
like the first
no.
time you see a division rival is like the third to last game or whatever.
No, I like it. Like
yeah.
I was saying, if you stagger it like after week 7 or 8.
Oh,
You play your division games.
Oh, okay. I like that. That I like.
I think Belichick said it. Like, the first 4 weeks is like really. If you survive it, you're okay. But it's like still preseason football quality wise. It's bullshit. Like, it takes a couple weeks for everybody to get into it. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll say this: in 2003, the Buffalo Bills waxed
The Patriots.
the champion Patriots.
I remember that
31 nothing, and then the Pats won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I don't put much into these fucking games. Week 1.
That's true.
If they beat Arizona, they're 1-1, and if the Jets beat Dallas, they're 1-1. So then, like, what does it matter? And what does it matter 8 weeks from now?
Right.
It's just one game.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Giants, if they win at Arizona, which I expect them to do fully,
They have to.
they'll be
Must win.
fine. Like
they got
they'll be fine. But if they lose that game,
Niners
then you're
week
gonna
3.
see a lot of-
Yeah.
yeah, it could be bad.
The thing that's tougher for me is there is a huge gap in talent. Like, meaning, yes, we did well last year. We won games. We had an easy schedule. Things bounced our way. But we still don't have the talent that Philly has or Dallas has. Dallas has way more talented.
They're still in their rebuild. It just got kind of glossed over because they made the playoffs. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
They're still rebuilding 100%.
Yeah. What's crazy is obviously the Athletic, they posted this. No team has ever lost 40-0 or worse, lost a sack battle 7-0 or worse, lost a turnover battle 3-0 or worse, had a blocked field goal return for a touchdown, threw a pick six in the same season. The Giants did it all in one game. Like, that is wild.
Crazy.
I kind of like it, though, because they lose, they get embarrassed, right? And they got to go back, and Dable has to, like, look at himself, look at the other coaches and say, we fucking suck. We're not good. Like, let's get it together.
Yeah.
The players have a little bit of, you're in a position where every game matters. You're reminded that you suck and you need to work hard and do this and not get embarrassed. And look, if it happens week 1, great. Now, hopefully the next couple games, they come out sharp, ready to go.
Well, they have to. Yeah, this is as big of a must win as I can't believe I'm saying this week 2, but yeah, you go into San Fran or Santa Clara, wherever the fuck they play, week 3, and if you lose to Arizona and then Niners, you're 0-3. I mean, you can come back, but it's not likely.
Yeah,
they gotta get over it quick.
Yeah.
The strength of schedule, like everyone's like, oh man, the Jets have such a hard schedule in the beginning, at the end it's light. And the Giants are so hard. I don't know, man. We still don't know who's good and who's not.
Yeah,
you know,
it never happens. It never ever works out that way.
Never works out that way. 100%.
We don't know. Like the Seahawks were nasty last year. They lose to the Rams, right? The Chargers lost already. The Bengals lost already.
Chiefs lost.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Tampa.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know who's good and who's not yet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So how do we know how hard? How do we know how hard the schedule is?
Right.
Philadelphia looked pretty.
Yeah, they didn't look great.
Pretty average without their coordinators there. They look different. I don't know. They just looked off. That could be Belichick too at New England. That's not an easy game at New England, but I don't know. They didn't look the same.
Only 2 teams have looked dominant. It's Cowboys and the Niners. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
Pittsburgh, man. I don't know. I think that team's gonna be. We all thought they're gonna be like good. I could see that going like south quick. They have injuries now too. Deontay Johnson's hurt. Cam Hayward's out. Their schedule's brutal too.
A lot of injuries. Yeah. It was interesting. Like we had our picks, and the next day I think I was listening to Bill Simmons, and his picks were way different. But like the way he explained them, I was like, I don't know, that could probably happen.
Yeah.
So maybe we're all off, and then I don't know.
You never know.
Especially in the AFC. AFC, every team is good. There's not a bad team in the AFC.
Right.
No.
Right.
We think Burrow, was that just like a fluky thing? Week 1, he didn't practice preseason, or is Cleveland defense like that good?
I think they're my sleeper team. I think they're kind of legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Watson played bad too, right? And then,
I think he got it together like in the second half.
At the end.
Yeah.
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 But they got Schwartz as the D coordinator, and they have a lot of talent on that defense, man.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Choose. Quick question. Andrew Thomas, what happened with the MRI? I didn't see anything with him. That's huge.
So they said they think he avoided a serious injury, but like Dable it was weird. He's not getting the images until tomorrow, so he'll know more tomorrow, which is Wednesday. But
really that long?
Yeah,
why that long?
That's weird.
They probably know, and they always act like very strange.
They might be getting second opinions then.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Who the hell knows?
They need him. Like if he's out for a while, they're fucked.
They're so.
Oh
fucked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The line is shaky as it is. He's the actual the only good one on the line, pretty much. The center is a rookie, and the guards are. And Neil is struggling. Neil's struggling too.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I think Neil's mental. I don't know.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just 1 week. Every week feels like it's like Super Bowl, but it's just one game.
Yeah, the NFL product is it's unbelievable. I mean, it's really incredible. It wasn't even like that. Like, other than last night's game, was there another game that was like? Well, I guess the Dolphins-Chargers game was pretty exciting.
That was a good game.
But that's it, right? 2 good games, really? I mean, I can't think of another.
The quarterbacks were bad. All the quarterbacks, because I have fantasy, and none of the quarterbacks did anything.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you think about Tua?
Except Tua.
I'm not getting.
I'm not
jumping on that train.
I'm not falling for it. I think this guy is one hit away. Again.
If he's healthy, he's awesome. He could be an MVP candidate. But do you trust him to be healthy?
No. And the
Not
Chargers.
even that. First of all, the Chargers are stupid idiots. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're leaving Tyreek Hill one-on-one with these guys, and he literally was dropping back and throwing go routes. That's not that difficult with Tyreek Hill there. You have to cover him. The Jets had no problem doing that last year.
Their coach isn't supposed to be
defensive guy.
He's a defensive guy.
Staley.
That game,
yeah.
There was no defense. The Chargers ran for 280 yards and lost the game. How was that possible?
Yeah. Wait, don't they have a good pass rush? I mean, they got Joey Bosa. They got
and Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. What the fuck? I think I get no pressure with those two guys. I don't understand.
He was doing quick throws, man. He was just doing quick go routes, quick slants. Yeah.
Yeah. McDaniel knows what he's doing, man. So do you guys know who Dan Soder is? Comedian?
Yeah, the guy from Billions.
Yeah, guy from Billions. He dates Katie, what's her face, who used to be on ESPN.
Katie Nolan. I think they're engaged. Or they got married, I think.
Oh, they're married? Oh, wow. Crazy.
I think they got married.
But yeah, Dan Soder, amazing comedian. His impressions, his Randy Savage is his Macho Man is incredible. One of the best impressions out there. Anyway, he grew up with Mike McDaniel. They were best friends in middle school. And he was talking about how they would play Madden with each other, and McDaniel was just a wizard. He was just amazing at Madden and just, knew all the tricks and the plays and this and that, and here you go. He's this NFL head coach. He's Dan Soder was I knew it. I knew he was going to be an NFL coach or football coach or something like that. And yeah,
I always thought that these guys who are super good at Madden, I guarantee they could be pretty good.
Yeah, that's Mike McDaniel.
Coaches, assistant. Yeah, it's why not?
Yeah. But yeah, last thing I want is the Dolphins being good. So I don't know. We'll see. When do the Jets play them? They don't play them for a while.
They play them. The first game's in December.
December. Oh, so this is one of those situations where it's we don't play them.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Black Friday, November.
Black Friday, yeah.
Oh, the Black Friday is the first time they play them.
And then they play few weeks after in December.
So so Tua, he could be out and back in like before that game for all we know. So much can happen.
So much stuff is gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I thought Fangio was gonna turn around that defense. Their defense, they don't have much talent on that team.
No, they gave up like 34 points, right? Was it 36, 34?
Rushing yards.
Yeah.
30, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I just never take them serious. I feel like they're like the Jets. Something always bad happens to them.
Yeah, I hate how just because the Dolphins have like one more Super Bowl victory than the Jets, which was also a million years ago, that the Dolphins they don't get enough shit as like the Jets do. I feel like the Jets have been like more successful than them.
They haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. I hate the Dolphins.
Get the fuck out. I know. It's just yeah. I don't know. Something about Miami.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Shouts to Mike.
He's a good one, but there's other ones you see on like Twitter. They're like the most idiotic fan base there in general.
And the Heat fans too. I know. I hate Miami fans. because I think they're like I feel like they're just such casuals. I don't know. I can't. I hate it.
It's weird. You don't see like Pat fans on Twitter. All I see is Miami.
I know. It's
annoying.
Like the troll bots. The Russian Chinese troll bots, they decide, we'll be Miami fan. like what?
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
Did we Jets Giants? We miss anything? Anything we didn't touch? I mean, I knew some people at the game. Shouts to DeFazio, Big Ed, Alexa, just naming some people that were at MetLife. There were parts of that game,
like the loudest ever. People were saying in the beginning.
There was parts of that game where I wish so bad I was there. But then I heard like getting into the stadium, getting out of the stadium. You hear those stories like Juice, like you talked about last year. It is a nightmare, that stadium, man. I don't get it.
No, I made everybody, like, we were tailgating, and I set a time, and we cleaned up well advanced of the time, and we were in there because I was like, I want to be in there. I don't want to miss like the kickoff or anything. So we were smart about it. Plus, we got there so early, like we had enough for the tailgate, like time to go in. But yeah, it takes a while, man. It takes a half an hour to get into the stadium.
That's
what
like
is
minimum.
the deal with that?
Is that minimum?
Is it the
Minimum.
Is it the way they set it up, or is it the security? Because they gotta fix this. It's a joke.
It's I think both, man. It's both. It's just a logistical, operational nightmare the way they built it, and you look at other stadiums. Like I was looking at Atlanta. Man, they have a really amazing. Looks like it's a stadium from the future.
So cool. Yeah, I flew into Atlanta once, and I flew like right over it. So cool. Like definitely that SoFi in LA. Minnesota Stadium looks cool. What else?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah.
MetLife. There's a lot.
I mean, MetLife does look. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like there was some aerial views last night where I was like, "Yo, MetLife looks pretty sick tonight." But I don't know.
I'll say this. I bet you if you went, if you went to both games, say you went Sunday and Monday, it's like two different vibes. Like
it was.
The Giants fans are not loud. They're not like crazy like the Jets fans. Jets fans more like you get like almost like a college football game feel with how crazy they go and how loud they get. Giants fans are not like that. Like I'll be like standing. At one point I think I was standing up and cheering. I was looking around. Everyone's like in their seats. Maybe because it's like half Cowboys in there, but I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, it's an older, more conservative fan base for sure. Yeah.
They're not getting loud and crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely did seem like it's the same stadium, right? But it definitely seemed like two different vibes completely. And obviously, there was a lot, of hype with the Jets and stuff. So,
I don't know, man. I've seen Jet games where like you could hear a freaking mouse running around.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. Especially the last 7 years or so, when they've just been completely irrelevant. I mean, some of those games are like depressing. So
for sure.
Yeah,
football.
Yeah.
I'll say this though: football, I think, is made for you to watch it at home.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I probably won't make it to a game this year, and I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now for the rest of the season. I might go to one more, but I had a great time at the tailgate, but I don't know anything I didn't know anything that happened in the NFL until I got home and like watched highlights.
You miss all that. It sucks. Yeah,
you miss everything. You kind of
Yeah. I was gonna go to one game this year, but not anymore. I wanted to see Rodgers live as a Jet, but maybe next year.
Whatever.
You never know. Well, let's see. Let's hope that the Jets are winning, and then the Giants are also winning, and maybe we can make something out of that Jets versus Giants game.
That would.
I hope they're both like 500 or above. I pray, but we'll see. What was it, week 8, right?
Yeah, October 29th.
Yeah, something like that.
That would be cool to, if I was to go, because 2015 we went. That was fun. Yeah, we'll see. This Sunday, they're both teams are at 4 o'clock, which sucks. Hate when that happens. Gonna have to do 2 screens, so we'll see how that goes. But
yeah.
But listen, after today, the funeral is over. There's no Jets obituary, like Parcells said. They're not canceling the season. You got to keep going.
That's it.
We'll do you guys a favor on Sunday. Beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll take care of them for you, hopefully.
That's what I need.
But all right, well, we
hopefully Adam's
did the emergency.
Better.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, Adam couldn't make it. Hopefully, he's feeling a little under the weather. Feels a little better. And yeah, next time. I don't know when we're gonna do. Now that we did this, I guess we'll wait another 2 weeks. I don't know. Maybe we'll go next week. We'll see. I guess play it by ear. Who knows what other crazy shit will happen?
Something crazy might happen again. So
I know. I'm just like expecting crazy
Exactly.
things now from this Jets season. So yeah, we'll
100%.
we'll play it by ear. But all right, guys, we did it. Here's to successful seasons from the Jets and the Giants, and take care. Go me.
Later.